So, welcome back to another video. Today, per usual, we'll be looking at another Liminal Space image, because that's what the video is for. And it is going to be another unscripted one, because I had a lot of fun making the Absol maze video, and I feel like the last video I made with the Backrooms one, it was a lot of writing, and I'm just not feeling it. So we're just going to do an unscripted one. And I have a very interesting photo today. So it's this image of what seems to be a play place, and images like these always fascinate me. Just ones that are play places, because, you know, I maybe went to like one play place in my life and I had a great time, and just that imagery, it sticks with me. It was actually the Rainbow Funhouse image which inspired me to make my first Liminal Space video. So, you know, I really enjoyed looking at images like these, and there's a bunch of them, so it's great. Looking at this image from an objective standpoint, I say the reason it would draw somebody in is due to the soft pastel colors. You know, you have like the faint yellow and the faint pinks and the blue, and it does look very, very childlike. You know, it kind of reminds me of like the set for Pee-wee's Playhouse, if anybody remembers that show. Something else is the soft lighting. The shadows don't look too, you know, bold, and it's just a very well lit image. The carpet is very clean, and I know that's a weird thing to say, but just the fact that it's just like one solid gray color, it really draws you in, I'd say. This image looks very still, I feel like. It's weird to say because it's a liminal space image, but there just looks like there's no movement, you know? Everything is just frozen in time. It's a great liminal space image in that aspect. And the last interesting thing I'd say about this image is the fact that the ceiling has the little industrial pipes and things like that, and the air filter. Because I always remember, at least in the area I grew up in, a lot of the recreational buildings were always in these big warehouse styles, and I remember always looking up at the ceiling and you'd see these pipes, and it's kind of nostalgic for me. And I guess if you live in an area where they have these styles of buildings where, you know, they don't really have ceilings, it can be very nostalgic as well. But even without, you know, the nostalgia, it's still very jarring to look at compared to the soft pastel childlike colors, and you look up and you just have these gray pipes and whatnot. So as for where this image came from, it is actually from a place known as the Wonderworks Museum, which is a play place as well as a museum located in Chicago. And it's a pretty cool concept, actually, to have like a play place mixed with a museum, or its technical name being a play maze. It's really interesting. They had something similar to where I live, which was like a fake farm, where they had like cutouts of animals and they had like a fake mailing station. And it was a little play place, but it was also a museum. So these things are always really interesting. You don't really see much of them or hear much about them because, you know, they're a bit strange, but I still think it's really cool. So in this play maze, there's various rooms, and each room has many different objects, such as, you know, things like cars or buses, and I think I even saw like a kitchen, which is pretty cool, and, you know, the floors and walls and things like that all have different textures. So it's a pretty cool place, but there's not much to it besides that. You know, the liminal space image is fascinating itself, but not every image is going to have a really cool backstory. Similar to the Rainbow Funhouse, where, you know, it was abandoned and then it burned down and it was in this old really cool church building. You know, sometimes it's just a little play museum that's temporarily closed, probably due to the thingy, and you know, maybe it'll reopen and that'll be that.